Do you think we're dressed cool enough according to Machine Gun Kelly?
Highly doubt that.
What kind of shoes are you wearing?
Hey, this is what I will tell you. I did Warped Tour, and these would wear comfortable shoes on stage every day. Your fucking Nike New Balance fucking comfy shoes because it makes you feel comfortable. Put on some Doc Martens, put on some Chucks, put on some Vans, put on, like, it's not about you. It's about the show. You don't look cool, man. I hate your feet. I hate your shoes. I hate everything about you're comfortable. Rock and roll's not comfortable. It's uncomfortable.
Right? He's not wrong about that.
Okay.
From an industry perspective. So he's half right about that. The problem is this. Machine Gun Kelly is a superstar. He is legitimately a pop star now. So I don't think guys in mid-level regional touring bands are going to appreciate this millionaire who cruises around in tour buses while they cruise around in beat-up, shoddy vans, who gets to make multiple appearances a week on said podcasts, interviews, TV shows, gets radio play, gets to work with guys like Travis Barker and Youngblood and all these people. I don't think they're really going to appreciate his comments. But just know, and I'm saying this to all of those bands that I just mentioned, just know that he's not wrong. Okay? You're going to confront, if you're serious about your band and you're pushing hard, you want to be successful, if you have not already, are going to encounter someone along the way that tells you you need to look cooler in the industry. Not one of your peers, because Machine Gun Kelly, although having more money, having more success, is a peer. You're going to encounter someone in the music industry that tells you to look cooler. So when he's talking about the guys who just want to have their feet comfortable on stage at Warped Tour, that are not touring Warped Tour in a tour bus, they're touring it in a van. They have no AC. Oh, by the way, they lug all of their gear. They break down all of their gear. They do all of the stuff that he did not do when he was on that tour. Okay. And good for Machine Gun Kelly. If you earn the position to do a big tour like Warped Tour and you're in a bus, I'm not saying that he's wrong for doing better for himself. I'm just saying he probably is not thinking about those guys that do that. There are bands out there that want to look cool, but when you're on Warped Tour, it's fucking hard because you're sunburnt. You've got the streak of sunblock on your nose. You look like a moron. You're sweaty. Your clothes are dirty. You don't have a bus to go retreat to and change your outfit and take a shower. You don't have the perks of getting backstage and using the showers because you're a smaller band. Warped Tour has hundreds of bands every year play it. Not everyone is on the same level as MGK or any of the bands that tour on buses. So they don't get all of the amenities. So yeah, they want their feet to be comfortable. And whether they want to take the advice of, hey, look cooler, I need some fuck you out of you, it's up to them. But those are the guys that are going to be offended by that video. I'm not offended by what MGK said because I've been there.
Well, okay, if you're in the crowd and you're looking at a band, are you worried so much about them looking cool or what the shoes they're wearing? If somebody's wearing,
am I personally?
Yeah.
Well, look.
If they're wearing Asics instead of Doc Martens.
Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that.
See, that's what I don't understand.
Don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. Look. If I go to see a band play, say it's a band that I've never seen live before, am I going to stop appreciating that band and listening to their music and seeing them live because the lead singer had on some Asics? No. However, if he looks cool, I'm going to remember that. Now, are we talking about rapper MGK or are we talking about pop punk MGK? There's a big difference there.
The fact that matters drives me nuts.
Well, look, but that's his position too. That's what makes his position in this so unique, is that he's coming from hip hop, where you fucking dress to kill in hip hop. You do. You try to look fresh every time you get on stage, every time you make an appearance, everywhere you go, right? A pop punk kid has a certain style, and it's sort of, I don't give a fuck, but it's also, I'm not trying to give a fuck, right? Yeah. Machine Gun Kelly's trying to say, you need to give a fuck about what you look like. I once was told by an A&R for a record label that basically my entire band needed to look cooler. He was complimentary. And then one of the things that wasn't so complimentary was you need to look cooler. And he basically, I'm going to be on my deathbed and I'm going to remember what he said. He goes, your fans can't show up to your show looking cooler than you. Okay. Now, that sounds douchey, especially for someone I just met to tell me. That sounds like a dickhead thing to say. He's not wrong.
It seems like he's talking at someone specifically. Do you get that?
I mean, I think specifically when he brought up the Warped Tour thing, I think he was talking to look. When he was on Warped Tour, there were a lot of people that thought he shouldn't have been on Warped Tour. In the world of the internet, there were a lot of metal guys and metal publications and rock publications wondering why the fuck was he there. But those same people wondered why the fuck was Eminem on Warped Tour way back in 1998 or whatever it was. Worked out okay for Eminem, huh? That was probably a good idea by his record label to put him on Warped Tour. And it's working out okay for MGK so far. So I think he's sort of subconsciously talking to those people and talking to the tastemakers, if you will, of the world of rock and the world of metal that sort of don't think he belongs.